Hi everybody, this is a video about the mitochondria, one of my favorite topics. Just before I jump into the video content here, if you don't mind taking a quick second to like or share, or subscribe, or post a quick comment on my video, I really appreciate it. So thanks in advance for taking a second to do that. Also, if you're watching this on Instagram, I do apologize that all of my clips have been truncated to 15 seconds or less. It's some weird glitch with Instagram. Apparently it's affecting some accounts, not all accounts, and I have sent the messages and I'm not hearing anything back. So I'm hoping it gets fixed soon, but yeah, if it's inconvenient to be watching this, I mean, if you're only on Instagram, you're not hearing this right now at all because it's past the 15-second mark. But if it's been an inconvenience, I apologize for that. And I don't know, it's really weird that it's started glitching like that. So hopefully they fix that soon. So somebody posted a question on one of my videos saying something to the effect of, I just watched your mitochondria video and what are supplements to take to support the mitochondria. And while I have talked about this in other videos in the past, I haven't talked about it in a little bit, and really it's twist the rubber arm for me to talk about the mitochondria and how we can support them. So as per usual, nothing I say should be construed as medical advice. This is for informational purposes only. If you need medical advice, please talk to your healthcare provider to get that advice. So the mitochondria require a number of different ingredients. I mean, there are lots of things the mitochondria need to make energy, but there are about, give or take, about 24 ingredients that we can take as supplements to support the mitochondria. That's generally most of the B vitamins, it's certain minerals and trace minerals, it's certain amino acids, and it's certain antioxidants that help with that. If we want to extend that out a little bit more, certain phospholipids can be important to help with the health and integrity of the mitochondrial membranes. Just as all of our cells are surrounded by cell membranes, our mitochondria have inner and outer mitochondrial membranes, which are similar but somewhat different in composition to our cell membranes. So the mitochondria need a lot of different things. And oxygen as well, arguably the most important ingredient for the mitochondria. As I'm very fond of saying, if you're ever wondering what the most important nutrient is for your mitochondria, just plug your nose, cover your mouth, and wait for about 2 minutes and see how you're feeling, and then you'll see how very important oxygen is for those mitochondria. So in terms of dosing and things like that, unfortunately those are things I can't talk about on social media. It would be just construed as medical advice, even if I say it's not medical advice. I'm giving out dosages. It's really quite in a gray zone. I'm not allowed to do that per my regulatory college. However, I do in my Overcoming Chronic Illness course, which is a course that I put together some time ago, which kind of helps folks dealing with complex chronic illness or their supportive family members or whoever might be involved in their life that's interested in complex chronic illness, help them to navigate the waters of this very convoluted and sometimes confusing topic. If you sign up for my newsletter, you get free access to the first 2 modules of that course. So the first one's a general introduction/overview. The second module is all about mitochondrial dysfunction. So I get into all the nutrients in a lot more detail. I'm still not giving out dosages, but it is something that goes into more detail. Some of the really key nutrients would include vitamin B3, vitamin B2, vitamin B5, the amino acids proline, carnitine, and taurine. It oftentimes is helpful to bring in coenzyme Q10 as an antioxidant support, and also it's a component of the electron transport chain, which is part of the energy production mechanisms in the mitochondria. In terms of minerals, magnesium is really important. Manganese is really important. All the minerals are important in and of their own rights, but those are a couple of the most important ones. Zinc as well is on that honorable mention list. And then making sure that we have other certain key ingredients in place. Iron is really important. So without adequate iron, not only can we not create the structure of some of the complexes in our electron transport chain, but we also will not have enough hemoglobin to be built up in our red blood cells to actually transport oxygen to our tissues. And again, oxygen, arguably the most important ingredient required for mitochondrial function. Also, vitamin D, very, very important for mitochondrial function. It's involved in bringing calcium inside of the cell and into the mitochondria for utilization. And without that, then just none of this stuff works. So a lot of really important components there. One of the things that the astute listener may be noticing is like, he listed a lot of stuff that people typically associate with giving them more energy. Like some people, if they're low in vitamin D and they start taking vitamin D, they get more energy. Or if they're low in certain B vitamins and they take B vitamins, they start to have more energy. Sometimes people have more energy when they can take CoQ10. Well, why do they have more energy? Because those things are all crucial for mitochondrial function. And if a person gets lucky enough to be, only deficient in like say CoQ10 and they take that and they feel better, then great. But it's ultimately because it's supporting that mitochondrial function. So I'll leave it there for now. I could talk for hours and hours about this. If you tap into that complimentary second module of my course, I think I yap about it for a good hour and a half or so, give or take. But it's I've had good feedback about the course. It's not just me prattling on and on. I've had good feedback that it's been quite useful for folks who have listened to the course. So I hope that this answered the question. If anybody has any further questions about this topic or anything else, don't hesitate to post in the comment section below, and I will leave it there for now.